Hi, my name is Kat Jacobs. I'm a life coach for 23 years now, and gonna make some videos that makes life easier because I see a lot of people struggle, big struggle everywhere. So yeah, this video is the first video after a long time not making videos. I made even videos before YouTube. Can you imagine? But anyway, this video is about what part of you didn't grow up. And it is a very good start to make a lot of changes in your life. And an easy one, an easy one. So let's start. What do I mean? What part of you didn't grow up? Well, remember when you were 14, 15, 16 years old? People around you asked you, who do you want to be? And then they meant what job do you like to do in society, yeah. And then of course a lot of kids, they say, or guys would say, pilot or football player, soccer player, um uh, police, lawyer, doctor, you name it. And then for the girls, it's more like a nurse or a teacher or a singer, and so on. Yeah, you know that time when you were there. Yeah, remember. So what did you do? What did you do? Because of the outside world asked you so many questions about who do you want to be. Yeah, you started using your fantasy, and you started um, upgrading your self-image. Yeah. So you started fantasizing who you want to be, how it would look like. Some women wanted to have children. Yeah. Some girls would say, I would like to be a mother. Some boys would say, I want to have my own company, and so on. Yeah. You started to imagine your life that was in front of you. Absolutely imagine. And for teenagers who look at this video, this is what you should do. Yeah, you should start imagine. But there's a big but. Then you grow up and you forget to update that self-image. And that's why a lot of people, grown-up people, completely full-grown brain, full-grown body, still acts like pubers. Yeah. For example, the aggression on the street. Yeah. Why are people so aggressive? Why are people becoming angry? Like a puber who wants to have something now, and the parents say it's not possible. He gets angry. Yeah. Or she gets angry or starts crying. Emotional, not in control. That is not an act of a grown-up. A grown-up has the emotions in control. And I'm not speaking about trauma triggers. Yeah, I'm not speaking about trauma triggers. Absolutely not. I'm speaking in daily life. If I, for example, look around me, how people react on things, small things, yeah, losing their keys. Oh, emotional. Or, well, not knowing where they left their keys because they were not aware of the moment they put the keys somewhere where they put it. Yeah. Yeah, very emotional. Somebody took my keys. And they just put them up at a place and were not in the moment and not realizing where the keys were. And immediately going into emotions, fantasy, like a puber. Yeah, like somebody who's 15, 14, 16 years old. Not a grown-up brain, not a grown-up body, no life experience. They, yeah, act And not only emotional control, but there's a lot um, that I can give you that I see grown-ups react as pubers. Yeah, it's like, wow. For example, they go into a shop, they're looking for something, and the person at the counter says, no, we don't have that. Then the reactions, or if you have to stand in line and wait for your turn, the reactions and the impatience, and oh my God. So I wrote some things down, and actually it's a long list, but I already talked about, emotional, like angry, shouting, crying, and I'm not speaking about trauma triggers. Yeah, just speaking daily life, the small things. They don't take responsibility. I see a lot of people, that's the next one, they don't take the responsibility. I see, for example, people throw things on the street. They open the package and they throw it on the street. I'm like, there's a garbage can. Why do you throw this on the street? Or somebody will pick it up and clean it for me. No responsibility. Even if you, for example, give a course, and I gave many courses and I gave many workshops through my career, and I give people the solution to their problem. The solution, they only have to um, practice it, repeat, 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 practice it, and they don't do it. They rather stay in their victim and suffer physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, than take their responsibility for their own life. Mom and dad is not going to solve it for you. You're a grown up now. Yeah. All right. That's what I mean. Then judging. The next one is judging without knowing the full story. I'm so surprised. Yeah. That people, for example, narcissists are good in it. Yeah. Hidden narcissists are good in it. They turn their stories, they live in their own fantasy world, they turn their stories, they make somebody look really bad. And then what happens? People believe them. They don't even think like, should I not go and talk to the other person? See, a story has always two sides, yeah? I'm like, before I judge somebody, and I'm not perfect, but before I judge somebody or take a stand, or would take a side even, I would wanted to know the whole story. Yeah. Okay. Um, and then knowing it all. Oh, puberty. Yeah. When you're in your puberty, you think you know it all. Yeah. But if you see grown-ups, and especially grown-ups who didn't reach things they wanted to reach, or for example, somebody who's not good in money, they're going to give you financial advice, or somebody who just had a breakup, a divorce, they're going to give you advice in relationship. And it is they know it all. Yeah. Sexually, oh my God, pubers, they are developing and investigating, and there's a lot of grown-up stops there. Yeah. You have the porno industry. Yeah. Pubers, they start to look at videos like that, and then don't go further. A lot of grown-ups don't go further than porno. They don't look further. They don't investigate is this the right way? Is this the way I want to treat my partner? Am I a good lover? And so on. Yeah, both sides, female and male. Yeah. and they just stop there and think, okay, this is the way and this is how you do it. And if the other side complains, then they have a problem, not my problem. Come on, guys. We have a fantastic instrument here. We have a fantastic instrument in our belly, feeling, thinking, and the heart. Come on, there's much more than that way. There's so many ways in life. And also, and that I accuse, well, I don't accuse, but I notice that when you're in school, you are given certain information, you are given certain ways. This is how it is done. This is the truth. This is correct, blah, blah, blah. And then people don't investigate. They don't do research. They just take it and that's it. Yeah, that's it. And also in school, and I noticed it myself, I didn't have a really easy school time. I can tell you that. If you didn't know something or you did something wrong, oh la la, that was, you're stupid, you're done, over with. You got, judged by the teacher, by the people around you in your class. And that's why people, when they grow up, are afraid to come out to say something or to make mistakes, yeah, because they should know it all. And I can tell you, there's so much in this world that you will never know. And there's so much to learn and so much to investigate. How can you know it all? How can you? Think about it. Think about how can you know it all, everything? Can you know all the languages in the world? No. Can you know all the foods? Can you make all the foods in the world? No. Can you imagine how many varieties there are? Only these two things I tell you. And how can it be that you think you should know it all? And that making a mistake is, something bad. You're stupid. Your self-worth goes down the drain. Come on. It's, just say, hey, I don't know, or let me investigate, or, do you know? Tell me about it. Yeah. Start listening more than speaking. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Yeah. Use them accordingly. Okay, so judging, knowing it all. Oh, there's a lot of people who pretend knowing it all. And in puberty, remember when you were a puber that you were thinking you know it all. And to make a mistake was, your image would go, yeah. But you're grown up now. Please, please. If you don't know anything, something, just say, I don't know. So tell me, do you know? You give me a good resource that I can investigate, yeah, or to update myself or whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. Grow up, yes. Okay. And then what do people think about me? Do you remember how important it was? Your clothing, the way you were looking, the way you were walking, all of these things when you were a puber. I remember. For me, it was very important because I wanted to show the outside world how I felt inside. So yes, that was very important for me. And I spend a lot of time, thinking about how to express myself in the outside world through what I was wearing, how I did my hair, my makeup, and so on. So it's, of course, it was an expression, but I also wanted to, have an interaction with the outside world because my communication was very bad. And so I tried to communicate it through my clothing, how I was looking. And I remember it was a struggle, a big struggle. And I see grown-ups still struggle. You know, if they don't wear the right jacket or the right shoes with the jacket, or then they are afraid that somebody would judge them, or come on. If you feel good who you are, it doesn't matter. Okay, you need to be nice, you know, take care of your appearance, of course, but it should not be the most important thing. It should not be you thinking, listening to this little voice in your head, like, what would people say about me? Yeah, what would people think about me? I can assure you, with all these videos and all these workshops and having a conscious center for many years, you cannot do good for everybody. And you see all the comments on the YouTube videos or on social media. Oh my God, there's enough judging. Yeah. So grow up. If you're happy with yourself, then what does it matter what other people think? Yeah. Okay. And a lot of people didn't update that in their self-image. And I'm going to tell you, explain to you how you do that. Yeah, because it is important. Looking up to somebody here, yes, it's very important for pupils. They have, you know, an actor or a singer or whatever, and then I see people grow up and then have, you know, have a need to have this, you know, to look up to somebody. And I don't mean in a negative way. Looking up is, you know, and see an example, yes. But looking up is to put somebody higher than yourself and put yourself down. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Ask yourself, why would I do that? Why would my little voice telling me that this person is better than me in whatever they do? Yeah. If you would practice a lot, like these people did, you would become the same. Yeah. By practicing, you can reach everything. And I'm not speaking about somebody who has an extreme talent, but you know, if you want to act, you can learn it. If you want to sing, you can learn it. If you want to, you know, start a business, you can learn everything in this world. It is just so, you know, it takes a lot of practice. That's it. Yeah. So don't put yourself down. Learn you know, from experienced people. Yes, that's something else. Take an example, get inspired by somebody. Yes, that's a good one. But looking up, that's a puber who does that. Yeah. And then avoid responsibility. I see a lot of people who just say he did it or she did it, or it's because of the weather, or because I'm like, excuses all over. Yeah. Why would you do that? You're afraid to fail, like puber. Yeah. Failing is, ooh la la, you know, destroying my image, destroying my imago. Yeah. So why would you avoid responsibility? I see a lot of grown-ups avoid responsibility. You know, that shut up and let somebody else do it. Yeah. Or you know, oh, suddenly they're busy doing something else, and that's childish. That's puberty. Yeah. That's when your mom asked you when you were 16 to clean up your room, and you didn't because you didn't feel like it, and then you come with excuses. Just say, you know, I didn't feel like it. I will do it tomorrow. Promise. And you do it. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people, you know, don't take their authority. They just say, I can't do it. And I understand if you have not a grown-up brain, you're 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, it takes until you're 24 that your brain is completely grown up. And that you say to me, or to your parents, I can't do it. And then your parents are there to support you and to say, okay, let's do it together, practice it, and then we do it again, repeat, and you will do it good at the end. Yeah, after a lot of practice. That's how it works in the world. But if I hear a grown-up say, I can't do this, then I'm how come you can't do it? Then you need to start practicing it. If it's necessary in your life that you know how to do this, whatever. If you have a broken clothing, I hear women say, I can't sew. Well, you can learn it. Why not? Why not learning? So yeah, taking authority, say, I will do this. Stop, enough. I'll change this. Stuff like that. Postpone tasks. Postpone tasks. Why do you postpone tasks? Because mostly it's because you cannot imagine how it is to do the task, or your fantasy imagine that it's going to take a lot of time and effort and energy, so you put a lot of unpleasant energy on it. When you're in puberty, you have this hormone race up and down, and that takes a lot of energy from you, from your body especially. And then doing some tasks can be a lot of you know uh, effort taking from your body. Yeah. And that's why pubers have, this postponing reaction a lot. And as a grown up, you can, motivate the person and say, come on, have a good diet, do some exercise in your daily life, and have a good condition of your body, and then slowly you will get out of there. But don't postpone it. Maybe do it in steps, and if you're really tired, do it in steps. Yeah. But don't postpone something. And um, stop fantasizing that it's going to be hard and difficult. And a lot of grown-ups do keep on doing this. And they are keep on doing this, that in their um, growing up periods, they postpone things. Yeah. Procrastination, you call it in English, procrastination. So postponing to clean up their rooms, postponing to help to put out the garbage, or whatever. Yeah, homework, or doing a task for school, or whatever. Yeah. And then you see grown-ups do the same. So they didn't upgrade their self-image. Yeah? And you see grown-ups postponing paying bills, or cleaning up their house, lawn, cars. I mean, how some things look like. I'm like, wow, okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but at least a little bit clean. Yes. Okay. So postponing is something from your puberty. It's not something for a grown-up. And then escape from reality. Oh yeah, how many pubers are living in this fantasy world? And of course, computers and games, movies. There's a lot where young children now can escape in. But grown-ups keep on doing the same. Yeah, they don't take their authority, they don't take their responsibility, and um, they escape. I see people escaping alcohol, drugs, shopping, and bring themselves in misery. Yeah, a lot of misery. I see a lot of misery happening through that. And it's just an escape because reality is too hard. And reality is something you can change. And I will tell you all about it in the next video. Um, being ashamed of how your body looks, or being ashamed of how you speak, or because you're afraid to be judged. A lot of people, if if you've grown up and you're not a stage person, yeah, I remember I was not good in communication. Don't put me on a stage, yeah. But then I had no grown-up brain, and I had a lot of trauma, so I had to, clean up my trauma. And I'm not speaking about trauma. I'm speaking about people who are ashamed of who they are. For example, if you ask a person, come, let's go and sing together, or let's go and whatever. They go, yeah, but yeah, I'm not good. And, instead of saying, hey, I don't know if I'm good about it, but let's try. Yeah, let's try. That's a grown up. Yeah. Don't act like a puber who has this hormone race and, of course, doesn't recognize herself or himself how they were before, because that's a big issue. Yeah. Before the hormone race, you are this person you recognize, and then suddenly this hormone race starts, and then you don't recognize yourself, and of course you put a lot of unpleasant emotions on it, but you don't stay in puberty and in this hormone race for the rest of your life. So yeah, you have to upgrade your self-image. Unself-assured. Yeah, a lot of pubers are very unself-assured, but I see a lot of grown-ups being very unself-assured. Vulnerable, that's something else. A child who lives at home feels very vulnerable in the world, but they have their parents to protect them. Well, it should be like that. And then when they grow up, they still have this feeling of being vulnerable. Yeah. Scared to be judged, not knowing to be is stupid, scared to be rejected. Yeah, rejection is an emotion, a very, very surface emotion. I can teach you how to handle rejection. It's not a difficult one. Scared to fail. Oh yeah, that's the next one. Scared to fail. So in your puberty, of course, you're scared to fail because kids are hard on each other, yeah, and they judge immediately. They're all in this hormone race, and they are very emotional. They don't have a grown-up brain, and they don't have a lot of experience, how to handle other people. And then they judge, yeah, they judge easily. They laugh at you and stuff like that. But if you're a grown-up and you're scared to fail, I can tell you, you did not upgrade your self-image, because you're gonna fail many times. And so what? You learn. That's life. Yeah, you learn, experience, and do it another way. In doubt. A lot of people stay in doubt for the rest of their lives, doubting about a lot of things, and they have difficulties to determine. Yeah, make a choice. Make a choice from now on. Blah blah blah, and you make a choice. Now, a lot of people make a choice and then they start doubting. If you have that, well then. you didn't do enough research, or you didn't really make a choice. Yeah. And I see that with pubers. Of course, they have a lot of, there's a whole world in front of them, and they don't have a grown-up brain. So it's difficult for them to make choices, because they don't know the outcome yet, and they don't have the experience yet. And one day they feel like this, and the other day they feel like this because of this hormone race they're in. But when you're grown up, you're not in that hormone race again anymore, and you can investigate. Your emotional much should be much stable, and then make choices. Yes. And if you didn't upgrade your self-image, and you're the big doubter, I was a big doubter when I was a kid, not from small big things, but small things. Yeah, I knew exactly what I wanted, but small things like what in the restaurant, what to choose to eat. I was always, that I hated that, because I always was afraid that I made the wrong choice. Or choose a clothing, a piece of clothing. I always thought, I always was afraid that I would make the wrong choice. For the little things, big things, I had everything in my mind what I wanted. And when I started growing up, I had to upgrade my self image to stop uh, doubting so much about these things. Yeah. Of course, you can make a choice and it doesn't work out like you like it. But so what? Then you make a new choice. Yes. And you have that freedom. We have that freedom in our lives. So yes, I had to upgrade my self-image, and I'm going to tell you, there's still some things in life, in my life, that I realized, hey, I never upgraded that. I'm still having that self-image, that same self-image about this, whatever, as when I was young. Yeah. So I have to upgrade like you. And it's amazing. Yeah, a puber is very selfish. Yeah, their brain is not grown completely grown, and so their thoughts is a lot about themselves. And sadly, I see a lot of grown-ups who kept on going in that direction and didn't first think about themselves, and they stay in the me, and they didn't go to the we together. So no overview is the next one. No overview. So if you don't have a grown-up brain, you have no overview of the whole world. And when you grow up, you don't have an overview of the whole world, but your perception is better. And if you're smaller and you don't have a grown-up brain, it's difficult to grasp everything. And I see a lot of grown-ups still have that problem. Yeah, still have the overview for, the reality. How does it all work? They live in their small world, fantasy worlds sometimes. And then I'm like, for example, living from paycheck to paycheck. I guided a lot of people who had financial problems, and what I did was I gave them 4 envelopes, and their income had to go in 4 envelopes. Yeah, cash money. And every week on Monday they opened the next envelope because a lot of them use the money in the first 2 weeks, and then the last 2 weeks of the month had nothing, not even enough money to go and buy some food. I'm like, hello, you don't keep the overview. Yes, so that's how I teach them. You have to divide it in 4 weeks. and make sure that every week you have food and money to pay your bills. And like 10% keep aside, you save for something you like to do. Yeah, not for something that will happen. No, 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 something you like to do. And you have some extra saving at the side, so that you're not like all month living from paycheck to paycheck. I don't understand that. And of course, a puber does that. Yeah, when the puber gets pocket money, they spend. Yeah, because they don't have an overview. And well, when you have a grown-up brain, you should have an overview. So upgrade that, please. Um, do not learn from their mistakes. I see a lot of people keep on doing the same things over and over again, and that doesn't work. If you're in your puberty and you don't have the overview, you don't have a grown-up brain, I understand. And you have your guardian, the people who help you in your upbringing, who are going to teach you, yeah, or advise you, or mm, inspire you. Yeah, that's the right word. But if you're grown up, yeah, and you do the same mistake all over again, or you do something and it doesn't work, stop. Stop. Yeah, you didn't um up, grow up your self-image. Yeah, you have to use that grown-up brain to say stop. This doesn't work. What to do next? What can I do to improve? Yeah, so there again, you didn't upgrade it your self-image. And okay, I have so much here. Gossip, fearful, difficult to adapt in new situations. A lot of people have that. Do not question things in life, just, afraid of authority. A lot of people are afraid of authority. Obey blindly, not questioning things. Wow, we saw that with the pandemic. um, can't handle emotions, talk more than listen, love sensation and love drama. Gossip, I already told you. Need attention, even if it's negative. Yeah. How many people are sick? Grown-ups are sick, who are doctors and nurses. And they just keep themselves sick because they want attention. Yeah. Even if it's in a negative way. And the focus is all over the place. Pubers have that problem. Yeah, focus is all over the place. Well, I see a lot of grown-ups that their focus is all over the place. Do not know their talents, do not know their place in the world. Well, for a puber, that is normal. Yeah, that's normal because you develop, you find things out, you experience. But as a grown-up, how can it be that you don't know your talents? Why didn't you experiment? Yeah, why didn't you experiment? As a puber, you should do a lot of things that you would, that you like, and then you find out where you're good at. I did. I did a lot of things in my life. Even if I was, in my 20s, I did a lot of different things to just check what am I good at? And you find your way, because what you're good at, it is effortless. It doesn't take any energy from you. It brings you energy and you like it. Yeah. That's easy. And your place in life. I had a lot of people coming to my sessions telling me like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know, you know, what I should do in life. And then they always think about their jobs wise, but that's not the base. Yeah, I make another video about that because a lot of people struggle with that. And it's because First of all, you didn't upgrade your self-image, or you didn't fantasize enough when you were in your puberty. So you have no self-image there. Yeah. And it's mainly about who do you want to be, not what you want to do. Who you want to be, and then the do comes from itself. Um, I would wrote down, am I a wife or a dad? Am I a leader or a boss? Am I an employee? Who am I? Yeah. Who do I want to be in this world? And, just some input. Cannot communicate their feelings. Oh, yeah. Pubers have problems with that, and that is normal because they don't have a grown-up brain. Communication is not completely developed. But I see a lot of grown-ups who have the same problem. So you can upgrade your self-image. And the last one is avoiding confrontation. Oh yeah, avoiding confrontation. Yeah, avoiding confrontation is a big one. Of course, it gives a lot of unpleasant emotions. And as a puber, you already have a lot of unpleasant emotions because you don't recognize who you are, because your hormones are all over the place, and you don't recognize who you really are. But then, as you're a grown up, um, you should you should know you should start observing your system, and then try to bring out to people you love. It's very important to bring out, like, don't really like this because of that and that and that. Or, is it possible for the next time? Confronting doesn't mean, yeah. No, and assertive borders. No, no, no. Confronting means, I don't like what you say, or I don't like how you say this. Can it be, I'm a nice person. I like to be treated nice. Not so long ago, I had to tell somebody, I'm a nice person. I'm polite and good-hearted person, and I like to be treated like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And that person changed his attitude to me very rapidly. So yeah, you can do that. As a puber, you have problems with that because you don't know who you are yourself. But as a grown-up, you have to upgrade your self-image. How do I wish to communicate to the world? So let's do this in the second video. I'm going to tell you how to do this upgrading of your self-image, because it is very, 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 very important. And it's actually the base who you are as a person, the base who you are in society, in relationships, in career, with money, with your spouse, children, the world, environment, whatever. You put a base there. Yeah, it is very important to realize that you put a base there. So I see you in the next video, because otherwise it's going to be too long. And then let's do this together. Let's upgrade our self-image. And then don't think it's going to be 1 2 3 and it's all done. We'll do it step by step. Yeah, step by step. Don't worry about worries. There's no use of worry. It's using your fantasy in a destructive way. So let's do it together, yeah, and make life easier. See you in the next video.